individual leaderboard. Have a peek at how the points are delivered. Every play counts, every quarter counts. When you score a goal, you're plus 12 on your own mantle. Get an assist. Dempsey Arsenault had 2 of those earlier today, so you pick up 8 points there with the 2 helpers. Cause turnovers. If you're a defender and you make that rip off, it's plus 12 for you. It all adds up over time to mean quite a bit. 56 players battling to be just one champion. On our Geico leaderboard, Courtney, we see a whole lot of Kylie Ohlmiller's team gold on the top slot, and rightfully so with the way they've been performing.
They had a large win yesterday over Team Benson. Today it was a little bit closer versus Team O'Donnell. But when you can put up points, when you can create turnovers on the defensive end, make some saves, you're gonna see a continued gold at the top unless players on the field pick it up in game 2.
Team Dowdy against Team Benson. Angie Benson, the goalkeeper for her squad. Haley Hicklin should get the start for Team Dowdy. And Haley, in the middle of that huddle right now, I'm hoping that you can hear me. And if so, what needs to change? What was correctable? What were you guys talking about to do better this time around?
Let's go. Let's go.
Here we go, Blue. Here we go.
3, 1, 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Woo! Here we go.
Can you do me a favor? Can you just...
Haley, far be it for me to interrupt the huddle. Can you hear me, Haley?
I can hear you.
Very
yeah.
good. What was correctable from yesterday to do better this time around?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there are a lot of little things that we can change to make it our day today, you know. We just got to go out, play hard, play for each other, not be afraid to be a little bit aggressive, and it'll be our day.
Haley, thank you. We'll be checking in with you from time to time. We appreciate it. At the other end of the field, she'll be staring down at Angie Benson. Angie, what were your last words of instruction to your team?
I just wanted to make sure everyone was being a good teammate. We're here for each other. Let's make each other look good, and let's play as a team and get this team win.
Officials today, Lynn Bowers, Ronnie Anton, Jan McGrath, Patty Kletcher-Porter. Team Benson in orange, Team Dowdy in blue. We're off and running. This is Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Joe Beninati, Courtney Martinez-Connor with you, and an injury right off the opening draw. Emily Peros, a misstep there as she's hobbling back to her feet.
Emily's such a key midfielder for Team Dowdy. She does a great job of tracking the ball off of that draw control. Oh, we see a hard foul to her head, but her ankle turned a bit. Becca Block, very tough and physical defensive player for Team Benson.
Emily Peros requiring some treatment from the athletic trainer on the sideline. Doubled up just 10 seconds into the contest. Team Dowdy in blue in possession of the ball with Izzy McMahon. McMahon wears 50. Molly Garrett straight away 32, one of the midfielders, working off a screen from McCone. On the exchange for the talented Lindsay Ronbeck, explosive attacker for Team Dowdy. She gets to the elbow, forced away by Bonatti. Apuzzo cradles with her left, spins back right. Nothing there. That's an all-world matchup against Becca Block. McCone was bumped away from her path to the goal circle. Parecka, one of the Parecka sisters. Sydney wears 44, and it's still possession for Team Dowdy. 14 seconds to shoot for Katrina Dowd. Dowd hip hops outside the 8-meter key. Score from beyond that arc, you get 2 points. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Force feeding inside to Apuzzo. It's off of her cross. The Garrett dribbler is on goal. No worries for Angie Benson.
Joe, we're going to see a coast-to-coast Marie McCool, very patent, using her speed, transition, starting the offense.
At the shot clock, it's still orange possession.
Shot clock resets whenever there's an offsides by the defensive team. So a new 60 for Team Benson.
Marie McCool on the interchange for Sydney Parecka. They play a 2-person game up top outside that 8-meter key. Off the flip from sister to sister. Off the pump fake there, Taylor Van Thop didn't pull the trigger. Work it on around, feed it for Molly Stevens. Kenzie Kent on the flip for Sydney Pareca. Fake it for Shaner, return it to Kenzie, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Good defensive closeout there. McCool turns the corner, fires, just missed it on the short side. Closest to the ball when it leaves the field on a shot, maintains possession for the team in orange. That's Team Benson. Pareca's bouncer goes wide of the goal. Sydney, who scored 3 times in the scrimmages earlier this week, kept off the board yesterday as Team Benson was throttled by Kylie Oldmiller's squad 11-3. If you're just tuning in with us, didn't catch the first game today, Oldmiller's squad put down Team O'Donnell 11-7. We've got a yellow card coming here and a player up.
So that means blue will be 1 player up. This is a yellow card, which is a 1-minute releasable card. Okay, blue's gonna be whistle start.
6 on 5 now at this end of the field.
Physicality, we've seen it off of the very first draw control, and a part of that ride. On the left side of your screen, you see a check right there to the head by Marie McCool, an important midfielder.
Ronbeck feeds inside, beautiful cut there, and the put away for Katrina Dowd.
Good news for Team Benson, it is a releasable foul. Marie McCool will be back on the field. But this is why it's so important to finish on your player up situations. Quick ball movement, quick cuts, finding that wide open player inside of that scoring area.
Ronbeck looking for Dowd. Dowd says thanks. Katrina lifting Team Dowdy to the early lead. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. The drafts each Monday. Once we get through this initial weekend and we have a top 4 slotted on the overall leaderboard, they will be named new captains. They'll pick new sides on the draft that's coming your way Monday night on Facebook Live. Dana Boyle will join me for that. Courtney Martinez-Connor alongside today. Day 2, game 2 between Team Dowdy and Team Benson. A 1-0 advantage for the team in blue thanks to Katrina Dowd early on. We say thank you to our presenting field partner, the good folks at Geico. Thanks to them and all of our generous sponsors and supporters. A shout out to the men and women in our technical crew who have been extremely busy getting us on the air. We thank them and thank you for tuning in. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, it's the only league driven entirely by athletes. For more information, check out auprosports.com or the Athletes Unlimited app. In orange, that's Team Benson. Both of these teams fell yesterday, the inaugural games of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Angie Benson's side fell to Kylie Ohlmiller by an 11-3 count. Ohlmiller liked that 11 number so much she put it up again today with her mates. 4 different 2-goal scorers in that game. Arsenal, Trainer, Majorana, and Kennedy. This is Taylor Vanthoff on the flip. Shot clock at 25. Kenzie Kent slashing to the elbow. McCool takes the handoff. Picked up by Little. McCool between defenders. Keep the ball moving. Grace Gabriel there, who played at Marquette. Gabriel fires and scores!
Joe, I love the offensive movement that we're seeing by Team Benson in orange. A lot of flips, moving screens along the top. But ultimately, it was that pick and slip. She didn't look at the player inside. She saw that there was kind of a miscue. She had a lane. Defensively, if you're not communicating, an attacker will exploit that. And Grace Gabriel did that to her strong side.
Courtney, you were 5 times a national champion during your days at Maryland. When did you start lacrosse?
I was a bit of a late starter, had softball a part of my life for a long time, obviously. My dad playing baseball, it was kind of what we did, but I saw this sport, it's too fast, too fun to play. I made the switch in high school.
So you waited until high school. Grace Gabriel started in 7th grade. She cashes in, picks up 12 points for herself. Every goal is worth 12 individually. Just a reminder, too, every quarter is valued handsomely by these Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse players. If your team wins the individual quarter, everybody on your side gains 20 points. If the quarter score is tied, we keep carrying over. McCone marked by McCool. McCone described as a worker bee by her coaches in the past. Apuzzo, ultra-talented attacker on the feed that's deflected. Peros, none the worse for wear after getting bumped. Peros closing. There's some background on how we divvy up the points by quarter and by overall win. Looking for a scoop there from Garrett. In tight quarters, Katrina Dowd helps out. It's a 1-1 game right now. Dowd thinking about the 2, and that's stabbed by Angie Benson.
A great job coming back up with the ball, Team Dowdy. But when you have an open teammate down by the crease, move that ball, 1 extra position, then you're able to catch the goalkeeper off guard.
Taylor Vanthoff puts it out there wide over the head of Katrina Geiger. That's a turnover. Turnovers are very expensive. When you commit one, you're losing 8 points on the overall leaderboard. McCone walks into this 6-on-6 at this end of the field. The quarters are 8 minutes. There's that 8-meter key. If you score from out there, you'll get 2 points. You have to have both feet behind that line. Garrett on the move. Gets a screen set from Ronbeck. This will bounce away, and it's a turnover to Becca Block and the players in orange. Sydney Pareca sets sail. Pareca sprints there, lost control of it out of her cross. Peros on the pickup. Emily Peros, we were talking about caused turnovers and how valuable they are. Peros picked up 36 points that way yesterday. Katrina Dowd angles in against Walfer. This is snapped wide. Apuzzo never afraid to call her own number. The backup belongs to Angie Benson's side. Clouds settling in over Maureen Hendricks Field at Maryland Soccerplex. We're about 30 miles from our nation's capital. The site for all 30 games of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. First season, first go-round for this sport. No set teams. Fans can follow their favorite players. Vanthoff working in against Garrett. Taylor Vanthoff scores!
Such a slick stick, Number 18, Taylor Vantoff for Team Benson. We saw her cradling, maneuvering her stick at all levels, really getting it in that sweet spot, making sure it was right where she wanted it before taking that shot. As she wound up, she knew she was going to get enough torque.
Courtney, yesterday we saw her playing with a draw stick, a different head on the cross than she's using right there, and using in expert fashion. Taylor Vantoff's first, picks up 12 points with that tally. Folks, listen up. If you want to get even closer to the game, join the Unlimited Club for free by downloading the Athletes Unlimited app today. You'll receive all the latest news and updates in the palm of your hand, stream digital games, unlock special access, and more. If you're looking for more than that, we can help you as well. Upgrade your membership for a whole year behind-the-scenes access of all Athletes Unlimited seasons. You join the players in voting for game MVPs, and you'll have a say in the end-of-season awards. Visit auprosports.com to learn more about the Unlimited Club, and then make your Geico Unlimited pick to unlock content from your favorite player. Tomorrow, the fans will be in the stands. Ticket holders, those tickets available at auprosports.com. Today, friends and family and special guests checking out day 2 of Athletes Unlimited. Let's take you into the game with Angie Benson. Angie, what have you seen so far with your team on top by 1?
We're playing like a team right now. We're super pumped, we're excited, we're feeding off each other's energy. And we just got to keep the ball rolling. I think the biggest thing is having composure. Can't get too high and we can't get too low.
And what's been the key for that center draw?
Reading each other, knowing how each other's play. I think yesterday we were off to a little rocky start. We got a little shell shock at the beginning, and now we understand each other as teammates and we know each other's strengths. So I guess we're just playing off of each other, which is really good. So we had this good team play today.
Angie, you have a lot of energy. Try decaf tomorrow, will you?
Nah, I'm like hyped up right now.
Way to go. We like it. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
70 seconds remaining in this quarter. Remember, those points are on the line. 20 points for each player when you win an individual quarter. McCool has the draw control. That gets her another 2 points.
Joe, we talked about the draw stick yesterday. Right now it's Marie McCool taking the draw, switching sticks after the draw is taken with one of the defenders, making sure she has her shooting stick in hand.
That's something that Taylor Vantoff didn't do yesterday. She played the whole game with her draw stick. Opening up top, Kenzie Kent. Carving in, fires and scores! That's the Kenzie Kent we know.
Kenzie Kent attacking from a different area on the field. You generally find her at X, low angles, dodging from up top. She's able to use her speed, and a lot of players forget, natural lefty. We see her bring her head up high as if she's gonna shoot high. It's all about selling your fake. Sometimes you do it with your stick, sometimes you do it with your body. Right there, she did it with her head while dropping her stick low and finishing.
Kenzie was so proud of this Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse launch. She said the visibility is going to make a huge difference for the next generation of lacrosse players. 3 goals in just over 3 minutes in succession for the team in orange after Katrina Dowd gave Team Dowdy the early lead. 40 seconds remaining in this first quarter of play. Another possession for Kent and Team Benson. Angie Benson backed up by Britt Brown in the goalie stable. Haley Hicklin at this end of the field for Team Dowdy. Mira Shane came off the pine yesterday. Pareka inside, that pass coming from Shayna. The bouncer goes wide. The possession belongs to Meg Dowdy's side with 10 ticks remaining in the quarter. Peros moves it quickly for Little. Little exchanges inside, that's deflected away off of Apuzzo. It'll be Benson ball as time expires. 8 minutes done in quarter 1. Angie Benson's squad getting goals from Gabriel, Taylor Vantoff, and Kent. And it's a 3-1 lead after 1 quarter of play. Tools of the trade on display here at Maureen Hendricks Field, Maryland Soccerplex, where Team Benson had the last 3 goals of that opening frame and a 3-1 advantage through 8 minutes. All season long, we want to take you onto the field. We want to share the audio of these great players. We're going to take you into the game. Meg Dowdy talking about having some chatter on the field.
Ready? Yep, I got it. Get through. Ball's high. Hey, see it, lefty! Hirsch, I'm here with you. Remember, girls, let's try to get that pressure, right? We want to make contact above this line if we can. Be aggressive, right? We can bump them. So try to get out on the ball on the flip, all right? Let's do it, come on. Turn it around right here, let's go.
I love the communication from Meg Dowdy, captain for her team. But when you're communicating, you need people listening. And just like she said, get out on their hands, be physical. They're able to in this league, so you might as well do it.
You know darn well when she speaks up, though, players listen with the pedigree that she brings to these pro ranks. Fans, it's time to earn points for watching today's broadcast. Take out your phone, enter the code on the screen, and enter it into your Athletes Unlimited app. You'll earn points. If you don't have the Athletes Unlimited app, head over to the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. Start earning points to unlock exclusive rewards. Stay in the know about all things Athletes Unlimited. Fans in the stands, those are some of the players too. I saw Hailey Riley there for a moment as we see the Geico leaderboard. All gold in Team Ohlmiller from 1 through 7.
You know, they've had 2 dominating wins. One yesterday, today they pulled it out in that 4th quarter. And it's all about sharing the ball. I love that when we talked to Kylie Ohlmiller, the captain for Team Gold, she talked about team play. They've never even talked about points, and when you share the ball, good things happen.
You're not seeing things. It's getting a little dark out there. The sun hidden behind some cloud cover. As the 2nd quarter is off and running, Garrett off the split dodge, pumps that one that's deflected. McCool with a good recovery stick check there. Apuzzo dodging from X, back behind the cage against Walfer. Tiana does a nice job. Katrina Dowd has the only goal for Team Dowdy, and it came via a player-up situation. Dancing with it, works in against Bonani. Mary Kate doing the job. Peros with 20 seconds to shoot. Rolling back inside, drawing the double team there. Good defense coming from Angie Benson's side. The ball stays with Team Dowdy. Apuzzo explodes off the end line. That pass was tipped. Shot clock's at 2. Dowd with one hand on her cross. That shovel would not have counted as Katrina comes up fired up, yelling at the officials.
You love the energy, love the passion. You can tell she wants to carry the team on her back, especially as the clock is winding down. Game management time is oh so important when you're on the field.
Katrina's been living in Germany. She traveled better than 4,000 miles to be here for Athletes Unlimited. McCool picked up by Garrett. Bringing on around for Taylor Vanthoff. Shaded by McCone. Vanthoff on the flip. Sydney Pareca on the feed inside there. That look was coming from Molly Stevens. Stevens, who had a goal yesterday against Old Miller's squad in a losing effort. Dowdy will ramble back on the clear. 28-year-old defender who hails from New Jersey. 16 different states in the union represented by the roster on Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. That pass is too tall. Turnover off the bad feed, and Tiana Walfer is ready to go. Tiana told us that she was going to just love interacting with her heroes who are now with her as teammates and also as enemies in Athletes Unlimited.
Lacrosse generations certainly collide. We have players who already have 2 children playing in this league, one still active. You love that lacrosse can bring different players of all different generations together, despite it being a slightly different form of lacrosse, 6v6. It's open play up a little bit. We heard Amber McKenzie talking about when she started her career. There weren't goggles, Joe. Weren't goggles.
And there weren't any boundaries.
Weren't boundaries, no.
Garrett strolls ahead as we hear the whistle with just over 5 minutes to go in this first half.
Okay, it was a restraining line violation. That's why it was a whistle start. Reset of the shot clock.
You hear from our table official. McCone gets to the interior, denied there. The big rebound is on the carpet and picked up by Becca Block. Her outlet pass is chased down by Peros. Nice job on the recovery ride.
Emily Peros, such an important part of Team USA right now. They're training, they've lessened the group to 36, preparing for World Championships, but she had not been a part of player selections until her college coach took over the program. She asked her to come back out, try out, even though she hadn't made it in the past, because on the field she does all those little things that may go unnoticed, but not for a coach who knows her so well.
You're darn right, and there are 20 players in Athletes Unlimited that are in the current Team USA player pool. Meg Dowdy, of course, one of those. Dowdy, a Team USA World Cup and World Games champ.
So whistle start.
The officials getting things coordinated off this restart. Katrina Dowd, very clever stick handler. Worked over there by McCool. Dowd trying to roll back. Halfway through the 60-second shot clock, just a bit more than 4 minutes to work in quarter 2. Garrett opens up and she sticks it. Molly Garrett.
Joe, ball movement was so key in creating opportunities for Team Dowdy. We saw a lot of movement, a lot of action, a lot of heads-up play. Ultimately, once the ball got into Emily Peros' stick, she found Molly Garrett inside, wide open, creating for her team.
Michigan, go blue. Threatening skies over Maureen Hendricks Field at Maryland Soccerplex, where Molly Garrett has brought Team Dowdy within one. 3-2 lead for the players dressed in orange. Our players were asked to talk about self-belief, a time of reflection, and how it affected their career. Here is Kristen Carr.
This isn't really a lacrosse thing, but like a personal thing. When I was growing up, I had a learning disability, so it was always something that I struggled with, and when I was super young, I really struggled with it. So my parents obviously helped me a lot with it, but it was more figuring out what I can do personally to get myself to like where I wanted to be. So it just came from like working super hard just to keep up with others and just believing in myself to be able to do things. And I think that now and through college was really the time where I was like, wow, I really like did it and believed in myself, and I got to where I wanted to be.
Ella Simpkins doing a cookie car impression there. That was definitely Ella Simpkins, and that was Believe You Will, presented by Guaranteed Rate. 3-2 for Team Benson in the orange. Ella, who had 8 draw controls against Team O'Donnell yesterday, that is good for 16 points on your individual leaderboard count. Grace Gabriel has a goal. It started the scoring for Team Benson. McCool angles in against Garrett. Working on top for Shayna Pareca. Vanthoff, a beautiful split dodge, fires, and that's fought off in the goal by Haley Hicklin, who coaches nowadays at the University of Pittsburgh. Little looks for the scoop. Dowd is there to help. Ground ball for Katrina. Just over 3 minutes separating us from halftime festivities. Stay with us. Courtney Martinez-Connor will be modeling and instructing and more between quarters 2 and 3. Garrett off the roll dodge, rings that one off the crossbar. The rebound collected by Katrina Dowd. Brand new shot clock at 60 seconds for the team dressed in blue. Apuzzo slings that one wide. Closest to the ball where and when it leaves the field after a shot, and that's why Team Benson gets the ball. Good hustle by Mary-Kate Bonani. Geiger, 2 times a captain of the Loyola Greyhounds. At midfield for Kenzie Kent. Kent has terrific speed. She turns on the Jets. Fakes the flip.
Joe, I almost feel like she's skating out there at times. Can tell from her ice hockey background, she just can kind of slither her way through defenses, catching them off guard.
She went to 3 championship weekends playing ice hockey at Boston College. Sydney Pareca looking for Kenzie. That's off of her cross. Something about Emily Peros. She's always around the lacrosse ball. Now she's got a fast break. Peros closing to Dowd. Dowd right on in. She scores.
We're going to talk a lot about stick work at halftime, but Emily Peros making things look easy. She's running full speed. That nice little look off, that quick little quarter turn, hesitation fake. Love it.
Courtney, what does that fake do right there? What does that fake do to the defender, Walford?
It causes them to freeze. It's, oh my gosh, she's going to pass that ball, so they turn their angles a little bit. However, she kept carrying the ball, which then gives more time, room, and space to ultimately her dishing it off to Katrina Dowd, which led her to that wide open shot.
Katrina is known for her ankle breaking moves. She didn't need any there. It was just take it straight to the cage. She pots her second on the day. Both goals in this second quarter belong to Team Dowdy. We are 3-3. Remember, if you win the individual quarter, everybody on your team gets 20 points for the leaderboard. Peros, with all the ground balls, with all the control that she's earned, also has a couple of assists. 4 points each with those helpers. There's Peros and another ground ball. 90 seconds with which to work in the opening half.
What I love about Emily, it's not just her ability on the field, but it's her communication. Her skills aren't the only thing that shine through. She's one of the best teammates, according to all those U.S. team players.
Garrett closes again. She sent it wide. Angie Benson needs to thank that crossbar. It's been hit twice today. The goalpost and the crossbar, a goalie's best friend. 60 seconds to go in it. The differential in the shot clock is 7 seconds. So the team in orange cannot take it all the way down to triple zeros, but it's their chance to get on the lead after 2 quarters. Right now they would need a 2-point goal to force a carryover from 1 quarter to the next. Team Dowdy has the only 2 goals in this frame. Gabriel back for Shayna Pareka. Kenzie Kent with 13 seconds in the shot clock. Gonna move it up top, directing traffic. Here comes McCool getting downhill. 12 seconds in the half. McCool tiptoes that goal circle. And she was given a nudge there. That push gonna keep the ball in possession for Team Benson. 2 seconds to shoot, 8 in the half. This is a free position shot for Marie McCool. Score! Was she behind the line? Was that 2?
Joe, we just saw our first 2-pointer. I was gonna say she wasn't up to the line, but she did that strategically. She was ready to wind up. She had that ball in her stick. She was ready to go. Our first 2-point and a free position at that.
And in that light, she may have just forced a carryover in the quarter points.
Everything was set up from that hard challenge by Marie. That push defensively, and look, she's a couple steps off of that line. Dropped her stick for a perfect little worm burner. They weren't expecting it. They weren't expecting for her to take a shot from that far out. Usually people are running in off of their 8 meters, giving themselves, closing the space. Incredibly smart for Marie McCool, Team Dowdy.
In one fell swoop, the 2-point goal for McCool is worth 16 points for her individual total, but in one fell swoop, she just stole 20 from everybody on Team Dowdy. This quarter likely to end in a 2-2 stalemate. Unless we get something special off the draw. Simpkins would love that, so would Kenzie Kent. But time expires. 5-3 for Angie Benson's squad after 16 minutes. Marie McCool, who makes so much happen on a lacrosse field, has just scored the first 2-point goal in Athletes Unlimited lacrosse history.
Love the angle. We can see as soon as she dropped her stick low, the ball's staying low. We've seen some weird bounces on this field so far. We use a special ball. We're going to talk about that throughout the half, but very heads-up play. Marie McCool, midfielder, doing it on both ends of the field, and I'm just pumped we saw our first 2-pointer.
I second the motion. 5-3 Benson after 2 quarters. These great players tearing it up. Two teams looking for their first ever wins in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, Team Dowdy and Team Benson. It's the squad in orange that has the 5-3 advantage after 2 quarters of play. These tremendous athletes can do so much with their lacrosse sticks. They are ultra talented, they are extremely clever, and there's a way of manipulating the stick that we are going to get a lesson on. Courtney Martinez-Connor gives us the lesson on how to deal with that lacrosse stick.
When talking about the sport of lacrosse, we have to take a look at our equipment that we use in the game. The stick is comprised of the head, the shaft, and the butt end of the stick. Now, for most lacrosse players, we love our sweet spot to be in the top part of our stick. That is where you're able to most control the ball in your stick. Now, what I'm doing right now is cradling. Everybody has their own unique cradle. It's all about keeping the ball in your stick while adding a little flair. As the ball moves around in your stick, the less control you have when playing the sport.
So you look pretty good there, dressed in black on a 90-degree day. That must have been fun to put that to tape for us. So explain now that you can demo with the stick live here in the booth.
Right, so this stick right here, it's an STX stick. All of the players have their own varying sticks that they like. It's all about this pocket, all right? In our game of lacrosse, there's not much of a pocket, as you can see that. We need to have the ball above the stick head, all right? And so it's more about finesse, and it's about your touch. And so most of the players, we have some great footage of Taylor Van Toff right before one of her goals. You saw her do some shifty cradling and action, getting that ball into that particular spot of her stick. And so once she did that, we see it right here, flipping it around one way, the other, and that enables her to get her stick away from her body where she is able to come away and have that solid, hard shot.
That dexterity is always on display. It's been a wonderful example of lacrosse now, just 2 days into Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. We'll get you back for more. Take a peek at some highlights when we return. 5-3, Team Benson. Yay! Put up your dukes and come out fighting. Team Benson has a 5-3 lead in front of lacrosse fans young and old today at Maureen Hendricks Field at the Maryland Soccerplex. Joe Beninati, Courtney Martinez-Connor with you as we are through 2 quarters, and we see Team Benson out in front. Describe the goalie play for us through the first 2 days. We see all these goals, all these points going up on the board, but I think the goaltending play has been really good. How has it been in your eyes?
The goaltending's been outstanding. They're the quarterback on the field. They're the ones directing who's going where, calling out where the ball is at, and then telling defense when to send doubles, shifting, sliding packages, whether or not to do it early or when to hold.
And as soon as we say this, now we're going to show highlights of people scoring goals on goaltenders. Beginning first and foremost with Katrina Dowd. She says to Lindsey Ronbeck, hey, look at me, I'm cutting wide open.
Love that we're seeing goals from all different parts of the field. We saw those quick little fakes of Ronbeck. They don't do them just for fun or for show, right? It's all with a purpose right here. But then we have defense miscues. We just talked about how important defense is to communicate to one another when it's not done. It creates opportunities for the offense. Again, some slick stick work from Taylor Van Toff. I love how quickly they move the ball all over the field. Again, that nice little head up fake before finishing her shot. It's all about whether or not you're selling what you're doing. And right now, Team Benson is doing a great job.
Players moving without the ball, with the ball. Here's a 2 for Marie McCool on a free position shot. Scoring from outside the 8-meter key and lifting Team Benson to the 2-point advantage they enjoy at the break. With the draw story once again being very, very close. Teams have been mindful with the ball. Not a lot of turnovers in this game.
I tell you, I love the changes that Team Benson did at the draw. They put Marie McCool at the draw with the draw stick, swapping it out. When you keep with a draw stick, it just makes things a little bit trickier. The strings are done differently. It's to try and help get that ball into your stick. So I think that was probably one of the best changes that their captain did.
From those numbers to the big numbers that count on the Geico leaderboard, this is the way we stand through 3.5 games of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Remember, every play, every quarter counts. Kylie Ohlmiller's team has been terrific, dressed in gold. You see them occupying the top 7 spots on the leaderboard. Defender Kayla Wood closing in on 400 points right off the drum. And Kayla Trainer, with all of her golds, she's also over 300 points. We'll get you back with RoboCop. Katie Hirsch start for the third quarter right after this. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse today from Maureen Hendricks Field at Maryland Soccerplex We played 2 quarters. Yep, they're dancing, and they're doing it in style for Team Benson against Team Dowdy. 5-3 after the 2 quarters. Folks, you can join us here at Maureen Hendricks Field at the Soccerplex for game days. Tickets are still available for select dates. We are having fans in attendance tomorrow, in fact. auprosports.com/tickets/lacrosse is where you need to go to join those folks and be in the stands. That looks like Britt Reed showing off her phone. Keeper for Kylie Oldmiller's team, that's 2-0 in the early going of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Meg Dowdy and her mates trying to get their first win of this very, very young season. Let's go into the game with Meg Dowdy.
Leaving. Watch. Jump, jump, jump. Did I push?
I thought you dove. I didn't think you pushed her.
But I can't challenge it because the camera's down.
Camera's down. Sucks, I know. Or else I would have probably challenged. She was in the crease first.
I wasn't even, I wasn't in.
No, I know. I know. Both cameras are down. Sucks.
I love how they were thinking ahead, whether or not to challenge on that last one. You always want players to be evolving. These are new rules, different size field, different number of players on the field. They understand the game is more physical. However, they're understanding 2 challenges a game. Use them. They're understanding we have timeouts, 1 per team per quarter. Give your team a break. Let the middies have a rest, regroup, communicate, talk about what's going well, make any changes that are necessary, and then come back out.
In the black t-shirt there, you saw Team Benson facilitator Abby Jackson. Those facilitators are helpers, they're advisors, they're support staff. As we get set for the 3rd quarter to begin, we say thanks to our presenting field partner, Geico. This is game 4 of the Athletes Unlimited season, which will play out 30 games total. All of those leaderboard points that we've been sharing with you, they all add up all season long. Only 1 person is crowned champion of the 56 that'll be here in residence. Athletes Unlimited, they talk about their core values of innovation and excellence, inclusion and entertainment. This lacrosse game, the 2nd of 2 today, both of them very entertaining. Kylie Oldmiller earlier, an 11-7 win over Team O'Donnell. This is Benson and Dowdy squaring off in the second half. Dowdy in the blue, and possession for Ella Simpkins, who is always around that draw circle, active. She gets to the 8-meter key, she gets dropped. And in need of repair. Natural grass field here at Maureen Hendricks Field at the Soccerplex. As Ella tidies up, she offers it to Lindsay McCone.
So tough body defense. Becca Block, she did catch her in the head. Hard to see when the play is moving fast, going full speed. We obviously have the capability to see things slowed, but that could have been a man or player down situation for Team Benson.
Apuzzo spins. The officials did not award a card there. That's Lynn Bowers and Ronnie Anton and Jan McGrath and Patty Kletcher-Porter. McCone on the isolation, works in and fires from down under as she tried to beat Sydney Pareca. Angie Benson's gone the distance in goal for her side as McCone gets repositioned. Katrina Dowd steps in against Marie McCool. Dowd lost the ball out of her cross at the end of that 60 seconds, so it's a violation against the team in blue, and McCool comes streaking back the other way. Courtney, you said it. She's the definition of a two-way player. You will see her involved everywhere.
Okay. All over the field, from the draw, causing turnovers on the defensive end of the field. I don't think we'd want to see her shoot with that draw stick. Thank goodness, defensively, her teammates are there for her to make that switch. But some players do play with both, just like you mentioned yesterday.
Shayna Pareca back behind the goal. Guarded now by Mira Shane. Mira has taken over for Haley Hicklin. McCool has 10 seconds left in the shot clock. 2 minutes deep in the third. McCool working in against Peros. Double team comes. Sydney Pareca keeps it hot. Taylor Vanthoff inside, and Shane knew that was coming. She's a DJ. She says her DJ's name, her stage name is DJ Miracle. She made the steal there. Dowdy on the clear, right on target for Molly Garrett. Team Dowdy, which came up short yesterday to Team O'Donnell, 8-7, gets on the scoreboard there. Garrett with a bullet.
Molly Garrett in transition, taking note of where the defense is at. She's one of the younger players out here, just finished her college career at Michigan. Obviously, she acted like she was going to slow things down. She saw that defensively, as soon as she opens her hips, she knew that she was able to create off of her split dodge. Tremendous quick release, nice and fast. Again, catching the goalie, Angie Benson, off guard. Super important.
You mentioned her time at Michigan. Molly gets her second goal today, so that means 2 times 12 equals 24 points just on those goals alone. Garrett had a 7-goal game against Penn State this past season in 2021. 2021 is the inaugural summer for Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Athletes unlocking their unlimited potential, inspiring excellence in the community, and these players have been tremendous role models in this, the first weekend of play. Team Dowdy in blue has a date with Team Ohlmiller tomorrow. They'll get going at noon. This drive off the post had Benson beat. The long ricochet towards midfield. Team Benson will face Team O'Donnell on Sunday at 3 p.m. McCone turns against McCool right into the double team, perfectly timed by Sydney Pareca. That's a caused turnover.
Caused turnover Pareca, ground ball Marie McCool. Excellent job. When you send the blind double like that, if a player is used to rolling back, you want to send a quick double just like Team Benson did. Catch that attacker off guard. They're not prepared for it.
We started the day bathed in sunshine. Now, halfway through the third quarter, raindrops are falling. Kenzie Kent off the feed. Closing, it's Gabriel. She fires, that's fought off. It was ruled wide of the cage, so possession belongs to Meg Dowdy. On the exchange with Ella Simpkins, her fellow defender. Katrina Dowd picked up by Tiana Walfer. A 1-point game. Earlier today, we saw Team Ohlmiller down Team O'Donnell by 4. As the rain picks up, the heaviest it's been so far on the day. Apuzzo operates against block. She crossed up McCone there, but Dowd was ready. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Closing in on that 8-meter key. Dowd off the roll. Now she'll fire. Angie Benson stayed with it from a bad angle. Benson gets 6 points on her mantle with that save. Sydney Pareca the other way, full gallop against Molly Garrett. 3 minutes to go in the third.
Again, fatigue beginning to set in, slowing things down a little bit offensively. Super smart. They need to remember they have a timeout that they can use at their disposal every quarter. Want to make sure they have good matchups before they get into their offensive flow. 60 seconds is quite some time. No need to rush.
Kenzie Kent lost the handle. Takeaway for Garrett. She'll find the open Molly Little. Little breezing in on a 4-on-3. Oh, Ronbeck just lost it there on the exchange. Angie Benson picks up a ground ball for herself. That's another 2 points for the goalie. Becca Block exiting the defensive half. Runs around the ride of Izzy McMahon and then finds Shayna Pareca. Raindrops pelting down now. The rain started just about 2 minutes into this third quarter. We have 2 minutes left in it. Gabriel fought off by Garrett. 5-4 for Team Benson in orange. The last goals for Team Benson with a 2-point tally from McCool off the free position. Bringing on around Taylor Vanthoff. Get the whistle here. Chance for us to step away. Get you back for more at the tail end of quarter 3, right after these words. Folks, you can own a piece of Athletes Unlimited history with the first ever Topps trading card set for professional women's lacrosse. The limited edition sets feature all the athletes, plus additional cards about the league and randomly inserted serial numbered parallels, including player autographs and Nike Golden tickets. Sets are available to purchase now through August 27th at Topps.com. It's the only opportunity to purchase this unique collectible. You can get yours today. As the rain continues to hit the turf here, Team Benson clinging to a 1-point advantage, 5-4 over Team Dowdy. Each of these teams looking for their first respective wins of the Athletes Unlimited season. A great chance there for Taylor Vanthoff. She was jumping mad when she missed that one, point blank against Mira Shane.
Joe, wet field means slicker conditions. Defense, a tougher time getting action and footing with the ground.
Courtney, how will the rain affect your pocket?
Oh, the pocket becomes deeper. The deeper the pocket, the more likely the passes are to hit the ground at a lower angle than what you expect.
Inside Peros, she bounces it wide as Angie Benson came off the goal line there. The ball belongs to the team in orange. That is Team Benson. Katrina Geiger racing past McMahon in the final 48 seconds of quarter 3.
What I love about Katrina Geiger, number 8 for Team Benson, she played every position at Loyola. She ended as a defender, was an attacker, a midfielder. And you really do need to understand every position out on the field, and only those select few players can actually do it.
Great shot by Shayna Pareca. She was able to fight off the defensive Dowdy and sting the corner.
Team Benson rolling with another goal. As we see this tough defense, we see that on-body contact, generally collegiate game, that would be called a foul. However, they're embracing it offensively. They're embracing it, they're using it to their advantage, they're gaining steps on their defenders. The more a defender's pushing, the more you can use her power to your advantage.
Despite the goalie split effort of Mira Shane, Shayna Parekha gets her first 12 points on the goal. 12 points, 24 overall for her. There has been a review, a challenge offered.
Okay. So we're doing a challenge on the dangerous follow through.
So we're looking for a dangerous follow through after the shot, which would deny the goal. It's got to go before that.
Yeah, before. It's going to be on the orange shot.
Keep going.
Right here?
Yep. Right there.
I don't see you on that angle. Nothing on that angle.
Do you want to see the live?
Yep, this is good, this is good.
I don't see anything on that angle. Looking for
Yep, go slow.
Oh, I saw that slight stick to the head.
Meg Dowdy got hit in the midsection on the follow through of that shot. You could see Meg react. Watch 29 blue. Boom, right in the gut.
It's a matter of, can they see from that angle? But before that stick check to the gut, I thought Parekha, Shayna had a little slight stick to the head. But if they're not the ones being challenged, that's not what the referees are going to look at.
Rain pelting down the hardest it has all day. The first half of play was played under mostly threatening skies. The skies have been opening here in the third quarter for sure, and you can tell by the face of Meg Dowdy. She gets hit there on the follow through and put up an immediate protest. Emily Peros as well was looking for a word with one of the officials. There's no doubt the follow-through created contact. The table official on this game, Patty Kletcher-Porter, has the final say. This has been a lengthy review as Meg Dowdy continues to plead her case for her team.
I love how we generally have that inside scoop. We're able to listen to the referees, what they're talking about as they see the action on the field for their replay. However, we might just be hearing rain at this point.
Oh, we're hearing lots of rain. In about 30 seconds, I'm going to ask for a lifeboat because it's getting messy in the booth. Shayna Parekha, you see her having the taking a run there and keeping that stick, trying to keep it dry as we eavesdrop on the officials.
dangerous follow through. 41.
41. Take away the goal.
And it's going to restart with the goalkeeper. Okay. Okay.
If we heard that communication right, this goal for Shayna Parekha is coming off the board.
After further review with the challenge, Orange 41 did have a dangerous follow through propel into the blue player, so the goal will not count, and we will be issuing a yellow card to Orange 41 for the dangerous follow through.
So Meg Dowdy's squad is trailing only by 1, and they're about to go player up with a chance to tie or perhaps take the lead should there be a 2-point goal. A 2-point goal earlier today from the team in orange, Marie McCool. She fashioned it off of a free position shot. Just 23 seconds remaining in the third quarter after all this review is said and done.
I love the fist bump that you just saw. Meg Dowdy in the background, pumped. She knew she got hit. She knew to look for the review and what it would show. That's a team captain right there. Instead of being down by 2 goals at this point, Team Dowdy is down by a goal. Now they have possession of the ball. They're going to be player up for 60 seconds. Huge, huge swing right before the end of the third quarter.
Meg Dowdy can share a little belly laugh after getting hit in the belly. That call, a dangerous follow through against Shayna Pareka. Lands 41 over there in the sin bin. Takes the goal away from her. That's the double whammy. She loses 12 points off of her leaderboard total. Now we think about the quarter points. At the halftime break, it was 5-4. In favor of Team Benson. Angie wears 77 in the orange. So in this quarter, Courtney, we have not had a goal scored. So those 20 points that are, or we have had one, yes, for Team Dowdy. Molly Garrett scored. So right now, Team Dowdy is in control of the quarter points, which would mean 20 points for each player on the side wearing blue.
If they can capitalize on this possession, that's 23 seconds to score a goal, and then they will begin the fourth quarter player up as well.
Off the restart, this is Dowdy to clear with help from Ella Simpkins. Simpkins jogs it ahead. She told us once she picked up that lacrosse stick, she was hooked with this sport. Now playing it at an elite professional level in Athletes Unlimited. Katrina Dowd makes a feed to Puzo! From the sneak, she scores.
One more pass. Every time, one more, creating the defense that need to shift when you're a player down. Find that open player. It's exactly what happened. McMahon to Dowd to Apuzzo, wide open. Oftentimes defenses can forget about that attacker. If somebody goes behind the goal cage, it's, all right, we're all even. But right now, that was kind of a sneak attack. Sam Apuzzo coming around. Nobody was matched because they are a player down.
Beautiful look through the raindrops from Dowd to Apuzzo. She's fired up. This game is tied. Team Dowdy is going to win the third quarter and take all those 20 points for everyone on their side. These rosters at 14 players per. Another player up goal for Team Dowdy. They're 2 for 2 in that aspect as quarter three comes to its rainy end. 24 minutes in the books. Each of these teams angling for their first win in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Team Dowdy gets back into it. 5-all. Things can change in a hurry in Athletes Unlimited. At this end, Shayna Pareka, no goal after the dangerous follow-through. Take a deep breath. At the other end, player up and call on Apuzzo. That third quarter, a very profitable one for Team Dowdy. They win the carryover points. They win the third quarter. That's 40 points additionally on the leaderboard for everybody dressed in blue. 5-5 as we head to the final 8 minutes of regulation. We look forward to bringing you plenty of on-the-field audio this season. Let's go into the game with goalie Angie Benson.
Stand. Stand, balls on top, right, watch right. Let's go, MK. Stay on it, MK. And on, MK hands. Let's go.
Angie going the distance. She's ready to start the fourth quarter. She's backed up by Britt Brown. As you see the score by quarter, the carryover points we were speaking of in the second when they were 2 each. Remember, that was McCool's 2 that forced the carryover. Team Dowdy, the only 2 in the third. So we are 5-5. Whoever wins the game collectively as a team, everybody on your roster gets 45 points. It's not all about the individual accolades, although every play does matter for Becca Block and her mates as the sun starts to peek through the clouds. The rain has subsided. What was a breezy third quarter, played about 3/4 of which 6 minutes worth in heavy rain. Now we watch Marie McCool and see how the athlete's footing will be for the remainder. Kenzie Kent, like you said, she just skates beautifully into the slot to score. Never have to worry about her footwork.
Not in the least. When we watch this replay, we're actually going to see defense on the hands. We talked about that physicality. Dowdy right there on ball. Simpkins, we see her on her hand, not letting her get that stick back. Ultimately, she got her hands free at the very end. This will be a better angle. We see that. She takes her hand off for a second.
Ugh.
I can just picture that with a puck right now. Can you not?
That's magic, and that's called top shelf.
That flick of the wrist, that's what gets the ball into the top corner. But her hands got free, and that was the most important part. She wasn't ready to release for that shot until she could get both hands on her stick.
Kenzie's mom, Jen, is the defensive coach at Boston College. Kenzie, the daughter of Jeff and Jen. 6-5 for the squad in orange. Angie Benson's team will face Team O'Donnell on Sunday. Team O'Donnell has been saddled with a couple of losses. They lost earlier to Kylie Oldmiller's squad. 4 players with 2 goals in that game for the women dressed in gold. Izzy McMahon takes it. 6-on-6 at this end of the field. 60-second shot clock, 8-meter key. If you score from behind that line, you'll get 2 points, and you'll earn 16 for yourself. McCone gets a screen set from Garrett. McCone working against McCool. Apuzzo takes the flip. Leans in against Becca Block and scores! Sam Apuzzo. Apuzzo has the last 2 goals for her team. It's 6-6.
Joe, we could hear a lot of communication defensively. As you start to get tired, you talk a little less. When you talk a little less, teammates are not prepared. We see 2 lower defenders there, ready to position themselves, come up, take the slide, crashing on that attacker. But if they're not coming, Sam's turning the corner, and that's ultimately what gives her the best angle on goal.
Courtney, teach young lacrosse players how to best practice using both hands, being capable to shoot left-handed and right-handed.
Getting on the wall, passing with a partner over and over and over again. That's the biggest part of lacrosse. You have to be able to be a good stick handler with both hands. The sooner you're able to learn that, the better.
It's amazing with Apuzzo. She is equally adroit scoring lefty or righty. Opuzzo with the 2 tallies in a little bit less than 2 minutes. Just over 90 seconds, in fact, to bring us level at 6 apiece. In the 4th quarter, less than 6 minutes to go. McCool from a bad angle, and that's stuffed out by Mira Shane. Shane, who played the 4th quarter yesterday against Team O'Donnell, did not make a save. She did right there against one of the game's best. Now Peros goes for the team in blue, Team Dowdy. Now we're getting a little sun shower. Rain picking up. McCone dances in, fine, stopped by Benson. And she gets another 6 points. Makes her 3rd save on the afternoon. She's had some good fortune too. She's had at least 3 shots ring off the goalpost and crossbar.
With about 5 minutes left in the game, you want to make sure you're having the best looks on cage. No need to turn the ball over carelessly. Get it from one end of the field to the other.
Both teams calling out, looking for a foul near the midline. Tiana Walford gets back into defensive shape for Angie Banson's squad. As time ticks below 5 minutes to go. Bottom of the hour time, along with Courtney Martinez Connor, I'm Joe Beninati. 3 cheers for all the men and women in our technical crew. They've been doing yeoman work now, especially as the rain has introduced itself to Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Gentlemen and ladies, keep the hoods on those cameras. Garrett fires over top of the net.
I love her stutter steps leading into that dodge. Multi-sport athletes, whether it's soccer, basketball, it's all about the footwork, gaining space.
Opuzzo, long strides against Block. Block recovers well, then makes the strip. Puts it down on the deck. The ball bounces out of bounds, and it will be possession for Becca Block. Geiger sidestepping Katrina Dowd on the ride. That pass was over Taylor Vanthoff. That's not easy to do. She's 6 foot tall. Peros for Garrett and another 6-on-6 opportunity with 3:45 to go in regulation. In Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, if we are tied at the end of regulation, there will be a 3-minute sudden victory overtime at first, and you could even see a shootout. More on that should it pop up. Dowd waiting with Walfer. Looking for a passing lane, she spots Peros. Sydney Pareca there to defend. Ronbeck trying to lose her defender. She was spun around and down. The officials have been letting them play inside the 8-meter key. Taylor Vanthoff gets ahead along with Pareca. Sydney finds that pass, move it for Vanthoff, one more. Kenzie Kent says not yet. 3 minutes to go in the 4th.
Love the patience of Kenzie pulling that ball out. No need to force anything right now.
Gabriel sends that one wide of Mira Shane, and we get a timeout on the field. We will take it as well. A TV timeout. Back for more in the 4th. Down the stretch, 6-all. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. Not far from our nation's capital, where Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse is in day 2, game number 4 overall. It's a 6-6 thriller down the stretch. We get to our Geico Defensive Play of the Game. Courtney, it comes from Angie Benson.
Angie Benson staying strong in goal. She's been in throughout the entire game. Love that she is eating that ball up. We see her holding her position, hitting it off the body right there. Literally, you sacrifice your body in front of the ball any chance you get. Stick can't get there, put your body behind it.
At the end of the season, we'll be awarding the Geico Defensive Player of the Year. The Athletes Unlimited Award will come with an additional $5,000 bonus for the winner. Angie Benson striding back to her goal circle. Angie, in a 6-6 game, please describe the nerves right about now.
Oh, right now we're just trying to keep composure, right? It's going to come out to the hustle plays at the moment. Who wants it more? I mean, both teams are good. We respect everyone. It's just going to come down to the last shot, really.
Thanks very much. Thanks for letting us get under your helmet a little bit.
Absolutely.
Into the game with Angie Benson. 2.5 to go. Regulation of a 6-6 struggle. Each of these teams looking for its first win. McCool fires and scores! Marie McCool on the bounce shot. Every goal you score in Athletes Unlimited earns the individual player 12 points on the leaderboard.
We see this. Marie's head is up. She's setting up herself for that ISO dodge. She's acting like she's gonna pass it. She's looking, she's looking. That makes the rest of the defenders take notice of their player and not be in a position to slide to her. Very smart. Again, it's all about what are you selling to that defense.
Courtney, on media day, we were asking the players, so many of them, you know, late in the game, who do you want to have the ball to for that game deciding strike? So many of them said this person right here, this player right here, Marie McCool, and for the moment, she's given her side the lead. The lead in the game and the lead in the individual quarter. Remember, 20 points on the line for everybody on your roster. The last 4 goals in this game have bounced back and forth as McCone looks to come up with a draw control. Ella Simpkins is there too for Team Dowdy, and it squirts loose right to the waiting Mary-Kate Bonani, who was flattened. Bonani, thrilled to be a part of Athletes Unlimited. She was one of the last players invited to the roster.
But she's at the party now.
She sure is, and a big part of it on the back end for the moment of Team Angie Benson. Remember, the top 4 on the leaderboard, once we are through with play tomorrow, the top 4 on the leaderboard will draft new teams Monday night. You can see that live on Facebook Live. With 1 minute and 38 seconds to go, Vanthoff turns the corner. Taylor Vanthoff on the flip. Long drive from Shayna Parecka. That was answered by Mira Shane. Ground ball, Garrett, the clear for Emily Peros. One more for Little. Little looks to run. This is 4-on-3, the numbers advantage. Katrina Dowd hesitates, feeds it down low, swing and a miss. Lindsay Ronbeck a little quick on the quick stick. Just a little early.
Catch the ball first before you take that shot. That's the #1 thing you're always trying to teach those young attackers. Catch it first, think, then finish.
Ronbeck, the 3-time All-American out of Florida, had a golden opportunity there. Instead, it's a 7-6 game for Angie Benson's team in orange. There are 55 seconds left in the game, 37 seconds left on the shot clock. McCool is in no hurry now, stalked by Peros. 40 seconds to go in the game, 25 on the shot clock. Winding up for an easy layup there, Shayna Parecka.
I thought that was tremendous patience by Team Benson, moving the ball around. They didn't need to go to goal. It's wait until the defense is going to come out and play you, then use that pressure, which is exactly, once that double team came, they moved the ball once, twice, finding that open player. You want to catch the defense before they've been able to recover from that double team. super smart, finding Shayna Pareca, number 41, on the opposite side of the field, the player that they ultimately left open when they went to double.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. Remember, it was Shayna Pareca who had that goal taken away for a dangerous follow-through earlier in the contest. Now she gets the big hug and the goal-scoring welcome. 12 points for her. Team Benson has won the last 4 draw controls, and should they get possession off this one, they can probably run and hide and get their first win of the season. Draw control made by Garrett. And Team Dowdy is going to ask for the time, and now we could very well see a set piece for a 2-point shot. You have the 2-point shot available in Athletes Unlimited.
We've seen one out of 4 games thus far. Marie McCool obviously coming up with that first 2-point goal. However, it does only take just a few seconds to score. So I'm curious to see if they put that ball into the hands of a player who's capable of taking that shot from out beyond the 2-point line, or score, get the ball back off the draw and score again.
The conversations continue in both huddles as we revisit that last tally on the board from Shayna Pareca.
Taking their time, Team Benson, ultimately seeing that wide open player again off of the double team. Super smart. They were not in need of going to the goal. Until the double team comes, use it to your advantage, find the open player. Ultimately, what we saw right there from that beautiful paint display.
Geez, now don't get a big head about things. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, Day 2, game number 4. Another doubleheader tomorrow, and fans, there are tickets available. AUProsports.com. You are more than welcome to be part of the fun and the festivities at Maureen Hendricks Field at the Maryland Soccerplex. Team Benson has a date tomorrow with Team O'Donnell. That'll be a 3 p.m. start. Meg Dowdy's squad, dressed in blue, they'll face Kylie Oldmiller's undefeated 2-0 squad Sunday at noon. For now, though, Dowdy's squad is interested in putting 2 points on the board. As far as the individual Geico leaderboard is concerned, take a look. Kayla Wood, the outstanding defender for Kylie Oldmiller's team, is in the lead.
And then you have, from Team Purple, Taylor Cummings, getting a lot of draw controls, in addition to dodging, scoring some goals for her team.
Apuzzo outside the 8-meter key. She'll fire, and it's fought off by Angie Benson. That 2-point attempt was stopped. Benson running for cover. Her 5th save of the game, for sure her biggest. It was Apuzzo who decided to take the 2, and Benson was able to turn it aside.
Team Benson was prepared for that outside shot, just as you had mentioned. If they were looking for the inside, a lot of cutters, that would have meant they were going for the quick 1 goal. However, from the outside, Angie was set, ready, prepared, and now she's just running for her life with that ground ball in her stick.
Courtney, explain to our viewers, as we see that shot just about knee to waist high. In what situation, how close are you to the goal normally when you try a bounce shot compared to a shot like that from Apuzzo from distance that had elevation to it?
You know, it was the offside hip. It's a great location for where to shoot, but when you're shooting beyond that 2-point line, and she was actually several steps away from that 2-point line, very hard to do, especially in an ISO kind of one-on-one situation. It was off of a 2-man little pick, but they were ready and expecting it.
Angie Benson drinking it all in. 5 stops for her unofficially. That's 30 points individually. You get 6 points for a save. It's an 8-6 lead, 19.4 to go. As Apuzzo was attempting to tie the score, Benson said, no, you don't. Now you have to find a way, if you're Team Dowdy, to force a turnover off the ride and restart.
As Team Dowdy is ready, they're waiting. There's an immediate double team on the ball. That's what we should expect. And I already see Sam Apuzzo, Izzy McMahon set and ready, waiting for Team Benson to come out.
They will be the ball hawks. That's right. 14 and 50. There you see them hands on hips, awaiting for the restart. And you would think it would be in the cross of Marie McCool with her sprinter speed and stick handling ability to try and avoid that double. And it is McCool who has the ball in her cross.
I'm ready.
19 seconds to go. We are ready for the resumption of play. McCool racing away from 3 on the ride, and she just glides effortlessly ahead. Benson on top by 2. Playing keep away with Kenzie Kent. And then Shayna Parekha. This one's going to go in the books. An 8-6 victory for Team Benson. As the final whistle and horn blares out, Shayna Parekha and Marie McCool with goals in the fourth quarter. The team in orange gets the quarter points. That's 20 for everybody. And the win points. That's 45 more for everyone as they grow larger and larger numbers on the leaderboard.
Joe, I think Team Benson can breathe a sigh of relief now. It's probably never said out loud. It's not about, okay, we got to get on the win board. But once you have that, you feel a little bit more confident and comfortable going into that next game.
Remember, individual players will have their own wins and loss records. If you're Kylie Ohlmiller and Team Gold, everybody on that team, everybody in the gold jerseys, they're 2-0. All of Meg Dowdy's squad at 1-1. Britt Brown and her team, Angie Benson's squad, victorious today, now going through the handshake line. Marie McCool scores the first ever 2-point goal in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, and it was off of a free position.
Marie McCool, this was one of my favorite dodges of her, taking a look at where those defensive players were. They weren't ready to slide. She had her head up like she was going to be feeding that ball, and instead decided to take it in for a nice and quick challenge. Reading the defense is so very important offensively.
And receiving the congratulations, Marie McCool, and now she'll answer the questions coming from the booth. Hello, Courtney, how are you? Marie, if you're down there and you can hear us, what was the difference in that fourth quarter today after the rain subsided?
Yeah, I mean, I think we just kept fighting. I will say the fourth quarter started with a little bit of back and forth on both sides. I think we were running up and down the field, but we were able to keep our composure, pull it together, and make some really nice plays out there.
What was the message to begin that fourth quarter that ultimately led to the win?
Honestly, we all came together, and Angie Benson, our captain, was like, 1 quarter. That's it. We have 1 quarter left. Everything you have, let's go out there. The team that wants us more, that's going to fight, is going to come out with the win.
Looking ahead to tomorrow's game, what's the message for the team?
I mean, I think we just need to build off of this momentum. I think we learned a lot from last night's game and made some adjustments today and executed great. And now we just have to continue that momentum into tomorrow and just believe in ourselves and have confidence.
Marie, thanks very much. Best of luck in those efforts.
Thank you.
A winner today for Team Angie Benson, the goalkeeper in orange. Had a busy day. She had some good fortune. She made 5 big stops, perhaps the biggest on the 2-point chance of Sam Apuzzo late.
I love her energy. I love her communication. When you're looking for a goalkeeper, you want somebody who's willing to talk and move, sacrifice their body for the save, which obviously she is. But she's that quarterback who starts that transition, most importantly, to the offensive end of the field.
Angie Benson with that stop, the ground ball and the clear, and then her team holds on for the victory in game number 4 of Athletes Unlimited season. Angie is with us, and Angie, when you try to digest all that's happened in the first 2 days of your pro lacrosse career, what goes through your mind?
I think it was night and day. Yesterday I had a really rocky start coming out of my first pro debut, and then today I kind of got it together mentally and emotionally, and I think that showed on the field today.
That leadership that you have, flipping focus from the loss yesterday to the win today, looking forward to tomorrow, what's that message for the team?
I think we made the right adjustments, right? So yesterday we can just learn from it, and then today we had practice this morning, surprisingly, and we just made a bunch of adjustments and pivots, and that showed today, and we executed properly.
When you mentioned the practice this morning that helped out a little bit, what was it in practice? Was it shots? Was it communication? Was it you guys just connecting a little bit more as a group?
It was just trusting each other. I think we had a lot of individual play yesterday, and today we had a really good team play. And I think that chemistry, my biggest thing was just chemistry on the team, and how can we make each other look good? How can we be good teammates? You got to remember, everyone out here is a coach, and sometimes we just need players on our team. We have a coach, so let's just be a player and let's be a good teammate.
Angie, we appreciate the input. Best of luck tomorrow in your game against Team O'Donnell.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Angie Benson unofficially with 5 stops. That's worth, 5 times 6? That's 30 points for her on the individual leaderboard. That's one half of the field, the defensive half. At the offensive end, it's easy to be mesmerized by the talents of Kenzie Kent.
Kenzie Kent, she is a wizard with her stick. I love watching her shiftiness. She's able to change directions on a dime, but it's also that little small hesitation, the head fake, the dropping of a stick, changing levels that can throw defenses as well as goalkeepers off.
Kenzie with the wrist strength, right, to snap that ball up top.
In the pouring rain, no less. It's really hard to hold on to that stick when it's raining, especially if there's no tape, but she handled that like a champ.
Two-sport athlete, Kenzie Kent. What are your first impressions of pro lacrosse?
Oh, it's amazing. It's extremely fast-paced, so back and forth. Every team is so talented in their own ways, and it's been a lot of fun so far.
Kenzie, in your huddles, we hear a lot of communication, but what's probably the best advice that's propelled your team to walk away with a win today?
I think we were just giving each other confidence. I mean, yesterday we had quite a lot of turnovers. Today we had a similar amount of turnovers, but we just kept, encouraging each other to keep shooting, and they finally fell. It was a great team win. We had goals all across the board, a lot of turnovers, caused turnovers on the defense. Angie made a bunch of saves, and I just think we all played with a lot of confidence.
As you're looking forward to tomorrow's game, what can you build upon from today?
I think just the confidence. I think taking those shots, our communication got a little bit better today, but I think we still need to build on that. And our organization just in the offensive end, I think can be a little bit better, but it was better than yesterday, so at least we're moving up.
Kenzie, nice work. Thanks very much for sharing your time with us.
Thank you guys so much.
Kenzie Kent, part of Team Benson, a winner today over Team Dowdy. As we look at the final numbers, they tally up this way. Team Dowdy had plenty of shots, did not manage to convert enough for victory.
When you're shooting the ball more than the opposing team, obviously you expect to walk away with the win, but if the goalie's hot, it's causing you trouble.
Team Benson with the 8-6 victory. Players continuing to shuffle through the Geico leaderboard, but for the most part, a dominating 2 days for Team Ohlmiller. That's why you see all those gold jerseys to the next of the leaderboard leaders.
Certainly, Team Ohlmiller in gold. They have 2 wins. They're the lone team with 2 wins, so you expect for them to dominate the leaderboard. Taylor Cummings for Team Purple. She's coming in at number 8. She's a 2-way midi, so she's able to produce on both ends of the field, which is definitely a benefit.
These teams, 4 of them led by their respective captains, they'll get their rest. More doubleheader action on Sunday. We expect fans in the stands, and you can get your tickets at auprosports.com. Head to auprosports.com to also get your Athletes Unlimited gear. Don't forget to follow on social at AU Pro Sports for exclusive inside content. Everyone's invited to be unlimited. Marie McCool and her mates flexing their muscle. A win for Team Benson by the final score of 8-6. We'll see you again on Sunday when we're tearing it up once more.